So if you take Breakfast Club, Chronicle, and Pacific Rim, and mix it all up in a blender, the result is Power Rangers? So Power Rangers was directed by Dean Israelite and stars Decray Montgomery, Naomi Scott, Becky G, R.J. Kyler, and Ludi Lin as the 5 Power Rangers. It also stars Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa and Bryan Cranston as Zordon. Now, in this interpretation of Power Rangers, we are introduced to a group of misfit teenagers who all end up in detention, and they grow together and eventually become the Power Rangers, and it's about them having to defend the town and the Earth from Rita Repulsa, the evil villain in this movie, who is trying to dig up some crystal that she can use to destroy the world. So, I mean, high stakes, I guess. So just like a lot of people, I watched the Power Rangers show when I was younger, and I really wanted to see this movie. I heard that they were making this new adaptation of the Power Rangers, and as soon as the first trailer dropped, I was in. I loved the way they were taking it. I liked the new tone, the new look of it, and I thought it was really cool. So when it finally came out and I finally got to see it this weekend, I was so excited, and man, it did not disappoint. I thought it was so fun and exciting, and it was great. I had such a good time with it, because this new one, it definitely does homage to the original. There's a lot of fun, cheesy snippets, and that's awesome to see. And it also brings a lot of new, fun things to the franchise, and gives it a more darker tone. And it's not exactly the goofy, silly Power Rangers from the 90s, but it's trying to be its own thing, as well as showing that it recognizes the Power Rangers from the 90s. And that's really cool, and I really liked it. So I really, really enjoyed this movie, and I think one of the main reasons that I enjoyed it as much as I did was the actors portraying the Power Rangers. They were phenomenal. These teenagers who did this, they haven't been in that many other things. They played small parts in other movies and shows, and this is their first leading experience. And a lot of the times when you pluck random people out and give them something to lead, you'll get bad results. But with these people, the results were great. I was so impressed with these new and upcoming actors, and I cannot wait to see what they do in the future, because they were so good together. And the Power Rangers are about a group of 5 teenagers learning to connect and bond and discover who they are and connect with each other. And without good cast and chemistry between the cast, it wouldn't be convincing. And this movie, it was so convincing because of the way that these actors connected and really sold their relationships with each other. I thought it was so surprising and incredibly amazing that these actors who really haven't done much before could do it this well. I'm lost for words, honestly. So the first act of this movie had a big, big Breakfast Club feel to it. And, I mean, it's because you have our 5 Rangers, our 5 kids, and they all have their own troubles going on in their lives. I mean, some of them are in detention, some of them have family problems, and they're all not, the most popular kid and everything's going right for them. They all have these issues, and the movie does such a good job of mingling them all together and explaining it and bonding them through things, and it really impressed me, and I enjoyed it. I actually thought that was one of the better parts of this movie, just learning and seeing the characters interact with one another. So Elizabeth Banks in this movie as Rita Repulsa was actually really good. A lot of people are saying she was a little bit, over the top, and I can understand why, because she's kind of scary, and she doesn't necessarily fit the tone that the movie goes for in the beginning. Like I was saying before, the whole Breakfast Club vibe is very down to earth, and when Rita gets introduced, it's not down to earth whatsoever. She is up here while the others are down here. But she was good and entertaining, and I enjoyed her characters. This Power Rangers movie does a really, really good job of being its own new thing, while also, being Power Rangers. They do great fan service to anyone who's seen the show in the past and enjoyed it, and anyone who doesn't, know the show can still watch this and enjoy it as a popcorn flick. The action is great, the characters are great, and, I mean, it's a fun movie, no matter which way you look at it. I will say, though, anyone who has watched the show before might get a bit more out of it. They throw tons of great references and stuff from the original show in, like the Zords and seeing all the suits on screen, and there is some cheesy fighting and dialogue, just like the show used to have. And I mean, they play a really, really iconic song at one point, and man, my theater was losing it at that point. That song, they played at the perfect moment, and any Power Rangers fan will know exactly what I'm talking about when they see this movie. That song was, it was great. But yeah, no, I think the movie was overall really enjoyable for pretty much anybody. So this movie actually has tons of pop culture references in it, and I think they're so great. There's little references to superheroes, and there's even a joke about Transformers in it. And they're so entertaining, and I thought the Transformers one personally was hilarious, and it's really cool that they can do that. On top of that, they also have probably the best product placement I have seen in a movie in a long time, because the product placement actually plays a key role in this movie. I can't actually give it away to you because it would be considered a spoiler, but just know that Krispy Kreme probably got paid a lot of money for this movie. So yeah, that's my review of Power Rangers. I really, really enjoyed the movie. I think it's a really fun popcorn movie, and anyone who's, familiar with Power Rangers will love this movie. I give it a 7.8 out of 10, and go check it out if you're a fan of the Power Rangers, and comment down below and check out my other videos. Until then, I'll see you later.